Howdy! PSD and its shows are mostly supported by you guys. If you like what we do, make sure to rate the podcast wherever you listen, subscribe if you haven't, share your favorite moments and episodes with friends, and check out our Patreon if you want to give us some financial support, as well as getting a little something in return. All that stuff helps like you wouldn't believe. Thanks so much for everything, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of Pondering Spooky Tapes.
In the deepest and darkest of woods, where not even the light of the moon can penetrate, two vile creatures indulge in dark delights and have conquered their comrades into capitulation. Now they wander these lands watching scary cinema, and there's a good chance you're next. Mandalore and Billy invite you to ponder some spooky tapes.
Welcome back to Pondering Spooky Tapes! You've heard of houses, you've heard of monsters, but what if there was a portmanteau of both?
Monster House.
I'm really proud of myself for getting off portmanteau in the intro. I just want to clap myself in the back here a little bit.
Yeah, that was very, very quick thinking.
That was good. I don't even know what portmanteau means.
It's a fusion of two words. Together. Yeah, it's a Brendvention.
Oh, like a portmanteau. Is that supposed to be because of the French? Like a door coat?
Yeah, it's a Brendvention. I'll need a Brentervention.
Oof.
Yeah, too much monster, too much house.
Yeah, Monster House 2006. I don't know. I didn't do research. All I can say is this is the first time I ever watched this movie. I fucking loved it, dude.
Yeah, same.
That was really good.
It's a really good movie, yeah.
Every time I would look at this fucking movie, I would say to myself, holy shit, it's an ugly ass Zemeckis ass Mars needs mom fucking movie. No, it was actually really well animated. It was awesome. I loved it.
It still holds up.
It holds up amazingly.
If you look at a screenshot, you're going to be like, this doesn't hold up. But if you watch it in motion, it still holds up.
It looks great. Yeah, no, it's undeniable that they use Zemeckis motion capture, because I'm pretty damn sure it's the Zemeckis motion capture technology that they use around that time. But they do something to it where it looks really, really good. It aged surprisingly well. Like, you can see all these little movements in the face. Like, especially I'm thinking when Jenny at the start of the movie is like trying to sell the chocolate bars, and then she has these little like eye movements that she does, like, that are super subtle. It's so weird. It's so weird that I'm complimenting Monster House, because all my life I thought Monster House was some fucking awful, corny movie.
Close-minded. I watched this movie when I was a little kid and I loved it.
I was close-minded. I was wrong, dude.
Like, I had seen this movie far too late at night, a little inebriated for like a Halloween marathon, I think. So I didn't retain any of it beyond kids in a house. And I was like, oh, wow, this is like a Halloween classic.
It is. It really is.
By the time it was coming out, it was kind of like beyond my time for seeing these movies. So I was like, I think that was during that run of like, was Corpse Bride out then? Because it wasn't like a stop motion movie, but there's that kind of run of like the okay-ish, like...
Yeah, it was like Coraline, Corpse Bride.
Coraline might have been a little later, but I remember Corpse Bride. There's like that sort of, like Tim Burton, but... Yeah. So I saw commercials for it, because I remember So It's a Girl House was fucking everywhere.
That was in the advertising.
Every trailer had So It's a Girl House.
It's a really fucking funny joke.
If those are the teeth, and that's the tongue, then that must be the uvula. So it's a girl house. What?
Genuinely amazing bit.
The key to making like a good kids movie really is to not view children as like jellyfish. Like, you could have some adult jokes in, like you have just enough. You can have a teenager drinking beer. Like, kids usually aren't growing up in like a little vacuum bubble.
That's what I was saying while watching the movie, though. Like, it treats kids in like they're adults. It doesn't treat them like they're morons. Like, there's just Bone, the fucking guy, just acts like a psychopath and drinks beer, and he gets drunk and he gets rowdy
and he gets thrown out of the house for not respecting women.
It's still a kids movie, and it's great because it doesn't treat kids like morons. And it especially with the scares, because there are like jump scares, and they're good jump scares. They're not like insane. insane. They're not like gonna fucking blow your mind like it's Poltergeist 3.
No.
That's fucking insane.
For
I'm scared.
for a 6-year-old 10 sitting in his room watching this movie. This movie came out in July. You'd think it would come out a little closer to Halloween.
Oh man, I feel ancient now.
Did you
My
know?
bones are turning to dust.
Did you know originally the Monster House movie was meant to be live action? The original script was going to be live action with an animatronic house.
Oh man.
Oh wait,
You know, I could see that working.
You said animatronic house, and all of a sudden I'm more interested, but I don't think it would have worked because, dude, one of the best parts about this movie is how the they use the 3D animation medium so well with all the camera pans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they do some crazy cool shots.
it also was the Zemeckis motion capture.
It was, yeah, same as the Polar Express, yeah.
Same as Beowulf.
Elmo Ring.
Fucking Beowulf.
What a piece of
They
shit.
should have put Scarlett Johansson's face on the house, just like in Beowulf.
So I guess the closest thing would be like Poltergeist was live action, but then that'd be really hard to do the shot of like the teeth when like they look down into the center of the house. You see the rotating layers of it.
Oh god, it's so good.
So I'm reading about like a synopsis of like an interview with the other, I think, screenwriter Rob Schraub talks about like the house was also meant to be more grotesque than in the movie. Like skin is wallpaper, kitchen is the stomach, plumbing is the slithering intestines, and a giant brain upstairs.
It's weird, but I feel like that would take away a lot from this movie.
A little bit, yeah.
That would have made it a Magic School Bus episode.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It's so. Oh fuck!
Brendan, you mentioned the other screenwriter, but we haven't mentioned yet that this movie was written by Dan Harmon.
Yeah, it was created by Dan Harmon, and the story was created by him and Rob Schraub.
I said Rob Schneider for a second.
They both did Rick and Morty. They also created Rick and Morty. They created Community.
Rob Schraub worked on Blue Mountain State.
I don't know what that is.
That's a good show. Billy, you'd like it. You like football now.
Oh wait, I do know what that is. It was on Netflix for a little bit, which I don't own anymore. But yeah, I remember that. I just really like this movie, man. It just feels like whenever I feel like I've talked about this on the podcast before, but like horror movies for kids, like get them while they're young, get them hooked to like spooky stuff and horror while they're young. This movie does a fucking amazing job at that. It's like really funny. The bits inside the house are pretty damn, like they're pretty tense for a kid's movie. There's some like there's actual death too. They just find a corpse at one point, just a skeleton.
I feel like if I was younger when Monster House came out, which I was young, but like even younger, I probably would learn to appreciate horror more. Because like,
yeah,
if I had experienced Monster House younger instead of like the Courage the Cowardly Dog Return the Slab episode, I would.
Yeah,
I always thought Return the Slab was funny. It's that fucking weremole that scared me, and the possessed mattress.
It's the animation of Ramses locked inside of my head, watching it in an apartment alone as a small child, and then internalizing that and being terrified of everything forever.
Is Ramses the one?
He's the man in gauze.
Plasticine?
The man in gauze. The man in gauze.
The man in gauze.
Ramses. It took me a long time to get over that too, because for the longest time I couldn't even like look at Ramses without being terrified.
There was one that really scared me off of Courage when I was a kid, and it was wasn't there one that was made out of clay or like plasticine?
You're
it was
not
really
perfect.
fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
the
Well, you're not perfect,
plasticine
creature.
man.
Not perfect.
Oh, yo, fuck that. I was horrified. That's a good ass design.
The banana world was also kind of unsettling.
A lot of Courage was very unsettling. Think about how they
But
big
the
and
concept
round.
is so silly, like banana world.
Think about when they big and rounded Eustace after he got that kangaroo-saurus bone implanted in him, and then he climbs the Eiffel
God,
Tower
that's
and they fill
right.
him up with croissants. And then the other big and round episode where they keep eating flan. And then the other big and round episode in Doc Gerbil's rule.
You're fucking unwell. Shut up.
Who got big and round in the Dr. Herbal's world one?
I think there was I think there was like a moment where like somebody inflated big and round in the Doc Gerbil world episode.
Oh, I think you're right. I don't think it was the original Dr. Herbal debut though, where you hear the fucking song. Because he comes back in a different episode, doesn't he? Or is he just?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of he's a one-off. Maybe I'm thinking of when Courage like uses the deodorant and his armpits inflate.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
You have like a mental like Totally Spies episode list of the big and round shit.
Courage
Oh, you
is
really
the
do, eh?
Courage the Cowardly Dog is one of my true hyperfixations. That one's locked away in the bank.
The Spank Bank.
Yeah. With Monster House, what I always appreciate about this movie is that I feel like the animation still holds up. I mean, it's dated, but it's not dated in a way where it's unwatchable.
I don't feel like it is dated though. It felt like they did some changes to the motion capture, and I don't know what it is exactly that
I think they were cutting frames like in the motion at some point. Like it wasn't perfect motion capture.
Yeah, that's
so like they emphasized movements like a lot, or you could see, or like they were hand doing like the eyes or something that was like to really emphasize like not like a motion comic, but like they were really good at like accenting motion in it. Like we're having an expression that was like would really stick out because I could linger a few more frames longer.
Yeah, because that's one thing I always hated about like Polar Express and all those stupid fucking movies is just like it looks creepy because of the movements being
they're too real, but they're not real people.
They're too real. But Monster House, while watching it, there was not one single moment where I looked at it, the animation, it went like, that's too much. That's like a human. Like it feels like a cartoon.
No one was offered a hot cup of Josh.
Is it close with the popcorn eating scene? Is it close with the not popcorn, the candy eating scene where Skull just
that might be, you know what? That might be the one moment in that entire movie where the animation is jarring, but they do it as a bit and it's really fucking funny. And I love that that's the only thing I knew for the longest time. That and the GameCube game, because we played it on Painhole. That's like the only shit I knew about this movie.
You might be one of the few people on the planet who played the GameCube game and then saw the movie.
Never saw the movie.
Never saw the movie. Yeah.
Years later saw the movie.
I am. Why the fuck would who would ever do that? And I remember it was Brendan. Brendan told me like we're playing Monster House, and I said okay, and we never put that video up.
Yeah, never went up. It's not even up. Dude, there are like 20 Painhole videos sitting in like the archive that we just have not had time to fucking work on.
That's so funny.
We have one Painhole video where we we started a Pokemon Red playthrough or some shit, and the entire time we can't stop talking about the obelisk and how Kirsten Dunst is being Kirsten Dunst is bringing we had this whole bit where we were playing Pokemon and we were like, have you seen the news lately? Kirsten Dunst is bringing people to the obelisk.
Bringing people to the obelisk, dude.
It
she
was
won't
like
fucking
the entire
stop.
bit of the dude. Painhole was a fucking mess. People don't understand how much funnier we are than Game Grumps. Speaking of Game Grumps, Dan Harmon was on a guest episode.
On an episode of Game Grumps, with Cat in the Hat.
Not even for the Monster House. Dude, Dan Harmon, come on Painhole.
They should have got him for like a game. That would have been a good choice.
Yeah.
Play fucking Monster House.
Yeah, we can do that. We have the poll, right, Brendan?
Yeah, we definitely have the poll.
We have the poll. Let's get fucking Dan Harmon on.
Billy, I'm just like looking for fun little tidbits about the movie, and I hate to break it to you, you're not the only person in the world that played the video game before the movie, because the video game came out a week before the movie.
Back when they were promotional tools.
I wonder how close it follows the actual movie though, because the game I remember starts like in the kitchen of the house, and it's like a weird mix of like survival horror action puzzle. It's like Luigi's Mansion 3. It's so strange.
You keep calling it a survival horror game. It's like the fourth time you've done it.
To be fair,
I mean,
I keep saying if they finally did a mass,
is it? You would not at all.
I mean, it's not a platformer. It's kind of a survival horror game. I mean, Luigi's Mansion is kind of a survival horror game too.
Technically.
All I'm saying is if they fucking actually did a mascot horror game and Monster House did, that'd be a mascot horror game worth playing.
I agree.
The thing is, back then, didn't those games like usually come out before the movie?
Yeah, it came out a week before.
It happened a lot.
Because I played the Return of the King game before the movie came out.
Banger.
But I think it came out like weeks before. It was like quite a whale. Fuck, I can't stop thinking about the whale today. Quite a while before the movie, because I remember they're like, oh wow, it's crazy, like they're gonna fight Smeagol and throw him over. My friend saw the movie and he's like, didn't happen.
If I was layered in the concrete of the Monster House, I would only eat the pizza delivery guy.
Do you think there could be an edit that makes it look like Brendan Fraser lives in
in the Monster House?
Monster House?
Yeah, because like in the whale, he gets visitors and stuff. Like tossed, like it's like, go away, just leave the pizza on the door.
I don't want to say that all fat people look alike, but he kind of has those Constance vibes.
No, Constance was quite a. She might have the whale beat, honestly.
She might.
They kept her in a cage, and she was like a feral animal.
She's like the Dami giantess. Yeah.
The fucking
What did
the
you just
fucking
fucking
what?
say?
I said, well, Nevercracker picked out a Dommy giantess.
You need to shut the fuck up, man. Brendan, you need to shut the fuck up forever.
I'm saying,
You're so fucking evil. What the fuck?
Constance turns around and you can hear the clap of her ass cheeks, and I'm like, damn, is she smuggling hams or like what? I get it, dude. If I saw a big lady in a cage, I'd have to fucking rescue her too. I get where Nevercracker went.
She was not smuggling a thing. There was nothing secret about that ham. It's the fact she was snarling and he was like, "Oh."
She was like straight up feral. It was so wild.
And Steve Buscemi's like, "Ah." And she's like, like batting at fire.
Oh yeah, Steve Buscemi's in this movie, by the way.
As Golem.
Dude, she can't stop going fucking.
Yeah.
I love that even younger Nevercracker in the flashback scenes still is Gollum core.
Yeah.
Like what did Billy say? He looked like Captain America before he like went into the Super
the
Soldier
machine.
program.
That's what he kind of looks exactly like what's his fucking what? Oh, fuck. There's like a billion of
Chris
fucking
Evans.
Chris Evans. He looks like Chris Evans when he in the movie, like before he gets the fucking
Captain America juice.
muscle juice. Yeah,
He looks like that guy who barked at me in Chicago.
Old or young
looked like-
Nevercracker?
Young Nevercracker with the God, what's the common name for it? Tank top. I was gonna say wife beater. Yeah.
You can say wife beater.
What's the common name for
I only think of it as that, and I'm like, God, I should just start saying the normal word, huh?
I don't know why it's called a wife beater. Was it just because actual wife beaters wore them, or was it like
No, listen, if you had ever seen my ex-stepdad, not the current one, but the previous one, you'd understand.
Oh, man.
Well, no, I've seen the wife beater stereotype. Like,
Yeah, it's a guy who watches 8 Mile, and that's the only movie he knows.
it's not fucking 8
Lose
Mile.
yourself in
And
the
Monster
moment.
House.
It is. In Monster House, if Mr. Nevercracker had a DVD player and a copy of 8 Mile, he'd fucking love
He
it.
would be watching 8 Mile.
Constance, if you had one shot,
It would be one of the ways that he can calm down the house.
You know what? It is really rare as well to have a kids movie without any music. You know, like no.
There was music.
there's music.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
No,
like
no, but
you
like
mean
a
drops?
musical segment, like no, a musical segment.
where they
like,
sing.
like where they sing. Yep.
Like you want to part with Eminem.
Yeah, they should have had
We have to go into the monster house. We have to be as quiet as a mouse.
They should have had a moment where Nevercracker just starts going crazy on the mic.
These kids inside my monster house.
They could have had Eminem
No,
play
he would have
Skull.
rapped.
No, Eminem should play both. Eminem should play both.
should play
Don't
both.
remind me
Bones.
of Eustace Bag rapping Encourage the Cowardly Dog. It'd be the same bit.
And Skull did fuck my girl.
My wife died inside my monster house. It's so freaking sad. Something mouse.
That's the only word you're gonna rhyme with house.
I don't know. What else rhymes with house? Grouse? Louse?
I like a musical section that's doing nothing but rhyming house and mouse over and over again. There's just
fuck,
none other.
man.
I love my wife, my monster house. Oh shit, a rat. No, wait, a mouse?
It wasn't a house. It was a fat lady. I'm still standing here, but I'm feeling so shady.
Why didn't they hire you guys to write this movie?
Why, dude? I'm so tired of never being invited in the fucking writing rooms, dude. We would fucking kill at writing movies.
You have Eminem, but he does nothing but rhyme house and mouse in each bar over and over again.
And gets increasingly more upset when people start pointing it out.
Yeah, people are like, "Can you stop?" And he's like, "What the fuck? What? Stop what? Stop what?
You come up with a fucking word that rhymes with house.
You fucking do better. You fucking better."
I call this one Fact 2.
You think the Monster House would be invited onto the Talk to a podcast?
The fucking what?
Talking about
The Talk to a podcast.
Hawk 2 is a
no,
bad guy?
because the
Talk to is a
stupid
big
house
thing.
can't talk.
Talk to who?
Talk to a.
Talk to a.
Yeah, from the Hawk to a girl.
Oh my God, Mandy, you're fucking lying.
What? No.
You're lying.
What? What?
You are.
You don't know
No,
about
hey,
the Talk to
It's
a
the number 4
podcast?
No, what the
podcast
fuck
on
is-
Spotify.
It's the number one
What? It's
podcast from the Hawk
Spotify.
to a girl.
Okay, I know vague about the Hawk to a girl. She went Hawk to a.
She has a podcast. It's called Talk to a.
Oh.
They were gonna get Donald Trump on there, and then they almost assassinated him again. So they didn't even get canceled.
Wait. Slow down. This is a lot happening at once. Okay, so.
Nightmare.
Yeah, what is the theme of it? Like, what's her
It's
background?
like a discussion podcast.
Okay.
She just talks.
Yeah.
Tua.
Is she like like I hate to say, oh, see, interesting, but
Yeah,
like,
they had Gorbachev on.
Not particularly.
I don't know anything about her beyond the catchphrase.
Number 4 podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, and but our number one enemy.
Because she hasn't invited us
Because,
on.
yeah,
I mean, start a rivalry.
I'm
with-
saying that, and I'm not emailing. I am legally obligated to say I'm not emailing the Talk to a Podcast to get on as a secondary host.
what the fuck are you talking about again?
I'm legally obligated to say that I don't have a Talk to a Podcast character that I could play, DJ Spit, and then I have a sidekick who'd be named DJ Thang, and then we do the music segments. I'm just saying legally that's not happening.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Brendan's role on Talk To would be like Agnew in fucking Futurama.
Children,
Oh my
attack the
God.
house.
They do.
House attack the town?
No, the children attack the house attacks the town.
House attacks the dog. House attacks the cops. House attacks
Technically, depending on the state, the house has castle doctrine wherever it goes.
True. Oh, fuck. Actually, if you were a house in like a state with castle doctrine, you could just I mean, realistic.
You could grind a guy up in your
Yeah.
sharp wooden spikes.
I mean, I've talked about Howl's moving castle doctrine before, but like,
Yeah.
if the monster house is going on the neighborhood, could it just like
Defend itself.
Yeah.
Well, does it count? Does castle doctrine pertain to the actual domicile, or does it pertain to the land on which the domicile is purchased?
This motherfucker just used the word domicile like it's nothing.
I
Good
did.
Lord.
I did.
It's true though. I think it technically would be the property.
I think it would be the property. So if the monster house left the property, then it would not be able to kill mercilessly.
Because there are companies that can move your house like off land. It's quite expensive, but I've seen it happen.
They have to sacrifice a big woman in cement underneath your house, and it could just get up and move.
Could you imagine that being a service?
Sounds like a pain.
Oh yeah, we just got the big woman factory. Don't worry about it. We'll get your house all taken care of. You want it nice and haunted?
We'll have a volunteer entomb itself into your foundation like a golem to move your house.
The Big Woman Factory sounds like somebody's fetish story on AO3. Dude.
Well, we big. The company tagline is "We big, we round," and then she's going in the ground.
I thought you were gonna say she's going down.
Would you guys consider Nevercracker's wife to be a golem?
I don't think she was born from mud.
Oh,
All right. Well, Mandy already knows more about golems than me, apparently.
It's not doesn't have to be only.
Well, I mean,
born
there's a
from
few
mud.
different like variations
Yeah,
of it.
I've seen like crystal golems in the past. I've seen like magma golems.
well, depends
like,
on if it's the religious iconography of the
Yeah.
golem or if it's the fantasy golem.
What if she was born from the circus?
Born from the circus, like she was formed from a tent.
Circus golem.
But I thought Golem was Steve Buscemi.
Yes. No. What?
Oh,
is-
he does kind of
Golem.
look like Golem.
This is Golem versus Gollum. Let
Yes, Golem married Gollum.
me ask a Brendan question because I think
Oh, boy.
it's actually technically a Mandy question, but if there was something,
What is a Mandy question?
Well, I think did Mandy ask it where if there was something within the monster house that would like trick you to walk into the house, what would the monster
Oh,
house
yeah.
present to you to trick you?
Yeah, we talked about that on the commentary track, which is free because it's fucking Halloween and it's on a merch store. Go get
Hey,
it.
happy Halloween.
What would be the item that entices you into the monster house?
Mine was the same as yours, Brendan. It was either Pokemon,
Pokemon cards,
or
yeah.
or a golden Beetleborg.
Are we talking about like toys from our childhood only, or like
Childhood toys that went missing.
I doesn't have to be. If you're an adult, I mean, if you want to do like adult,
I'm an adult. There's like I need new things. I need new
I feel like
things,
adult
so-
answer is boring. That's gonna be like there's big money sitting there.
there's a
No,
there's
I don't give a fuck about money, dude.
If,
Fuck
if,
money.
if we're talking about being an adult, like a 30 rack of beer with a post-it note would get me in the door. It doesn't even need to say anything.
A big pack of socks.
Holy shit! The monster house has Newports. I gotta get in there.
Oh my god.
There's just
Holy
this-
shit, is that the Marlboro dog? What the fuck?
Is that the Marlboro Cowboy?
The Marlboro Cowboy comes out. Howdy. Come in.
Howdy, welcome. It's like the what's the lantern? What's anglerfish? It's like the anglerfish.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for like a more. I remember always thinking the monster house should do more of like an anglerfish bit, and it kind of does it with the basketball. But like, I want it to be more goopy and disgusting.
No, it also kind of does it with the, it does it more with the kite.
With the kite, yeah, true.
I think it would, for me, what would work is if there was like it would like propulse its little rug out, and then right in front of me, just bam, a crate of Norbit HD DVDs.
Oh my god, that's so true.
I think that would actually work on me, because in my head all I could think about is, this is the best. Imagine the bit.
They'd be weird like offshoots of Norbit. It would be like a laser disc of Norbit.
Norbert.
Rare Norbits.
Norbert.
It'd be Norbert. It'd be the asylum.
Oh,
Norbit.
it's like actual like nature when they can't camouflage quite right. It looks like AI covers of Norbit, like they're called like Norbert and like Norbet. They're like not quite right looking.
The door. 1 second. Let me. I had this vivid.
Who would play Norbert instead of fucking
Kevin James,
Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy.
That's a good. Charlie Murphy would be great. Oh, I would love Charlie. Oh my god, I'd watch Charlie Murphy Norbit. That'd be amazing.
All right. I want you to know before it disappears. I had an image vivid in my head. Billy, would you fall for this? All right. You're walking by the monster house. The sign is gone and the leaves are blowing through the trees. You can hear the wind rustling. The door slowly opens with a creak.
I'm closing my eyes right now because it's so vivid.
Inside, you turn towards the monster house and look towards it. Nothing seems wrong. Nothing seems amiss, but the door is just sitting there ajar. And from the inside, the shadows, an echoey voice calls out. You hear,
I fucking knew it. I would avoid that. I would avoid because I'm avoiding spoilers for Norbit. I'm avoiding spoilers for Norbit. I would not go in. Did you know that I learned this recently from there's this video that talks about this. The HD DVD format, the case, you know, the bright red cases for where they put the HD DVDs in? Mm-hmm. Apparently the dye that they used for it is corrosive to the actual DVD inside the case. So that means that although I have like 30 Norbit HD DVDs at my home right now, and in like 10 years they might all just be unusable.
Oh no, you won't be able to watch 30 copies of Norbit on HD DVD.
Or they're going to kill you, like when potatoes start fermenting.
I just thought about something amazing. So my sister just got a baby recently, so I'm an uncle. On my will, I will give my currently 3-day-old niece, I will give her my entire copies of Norbit on HD DVD.
Your uncle left
and
you
know
this.
what? Your uncle left you this, and it's like
Nothing
a crate of fucking Norbit.
This is gonna be like my inheritance from my great uncle when he passes away.
Norbit?
No, I'm fucking a bunch of anime booba figures.
Oh wow!
I forgot about your booba uncle.
My great uncle, my grandma's brother, is living with her in hospice, and like he has a bunch of like anime DVDs and VHS tapes and anime figurines, and like I'm fucking terrified that some of them are gonna be foisted onto me.
Fucking booba uncle versus Kiki aunt.
Oh god!
Uncle versus Kiki aunt.
Oh fuck! The house attacks the
house attacks the town
neighborhood.
The neighborhood. Okay.
The trick-or-treaters attack the woman.
Man, there's a lot of attacking in this fucking movie, man.
There's a lot of a lot of antagonizing each other in this movie,
and nobody's in the right, really, except Nevercracker.
Who do you think out of the squad? Who do you think is the best member of the squad? And don't say Chowder.
Nobody would say Chowder.
What?
I
was going to say Chowder.
I knew 10 was going to say Chowder.
Chowder is pretty funny.
Chowder is funny, and he does have his mecha battle with the house at the.
He does have the kaiju battle with the house.
Yeah, he has the late game fight with it. But there's a problem with Jenny. Jenny doesn't do much, does she? Like I'm like thinking about it now.
She doesn't, but I find her more interesting than DJ. DJ has the problem of like every fucking thing from back then, where it's like the main character is just kind of like there, and the side characters are way more interesting.
Yeah, I think they made it that way so that DJ is more like
he's relatable child.
Relatable, like you can be like, that's me. I am that kid.
Yeah. Well, it's like every Dan Schneider show, just have a quiet, smart kid and then interesting side characters who they can make weird faces at.
The big problem to me is that DJ might be boring, but he does more in the entire movie than Jenny does. Yeah. Jenny is like more interesting, has way funnier bits, and is genuinely likable, but she does fucking nothing. And I feel like that's a waste.
Because her introduction's so good, too. Like when she's scamming.
It is.
When she's like trying to do the scam, basically.
Yeah, and it's so well written, too. It's like genuinely funny, and it doesn't rely on stupid gimmick garbage. It's just a really well written bit.
I feel like Jenny and the Squad was meant to be like the people person. DJ's like the man of action. Chowder is your comic relief. And that's one thing that I do respect about DJ is that, yeah, I mean, he's like realistically, he seems like a wimpy, like whiny, like main character. But like, if you look at his actions and not his words, he is always getting up into it. He is trying to make people fucking believe him about this monster house, and nobody wants to fucking deal with his shit. Like, he is, I respect the hell out of DJ because, I mean, akin to like some movies that came out around the same time, I just feel like he does more than like the main character with the more interesting
100%.
side characters. He is the focus.
A man of action.
He's the man of action. He does shit.
He's a man of action, but he's not a man of personality. It's just weird because usually it's the opposite.
I mean, he's like normal kid. He's just not amped up like most other characters are.
And he's all amped up on Mountain Dew too, and he doesn't even like. I feel like that's more interesting. Is the amount of fucking Mountain Dew they were drinking
and piss.
They would never do Mountain Dew piss bottles today.
We were talking about that during the commentary track, but I think it's so cool that there's products. It's not really product placement though. Like they use just real products and they mention them by name, but they never outright like do a thing where
you can't like look to the camera and say Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I just watched Madam Web like fucking yesterday. Last night.
That guy gets killed by a fucking Coca-Cola song.
Pepsi. It's Pepsi. It's the S from Pepsi. And
it's just like JoJo's.
There's one scene where we couldn't stop laughing because it's during this fucking baby shower, and there's just a Pepsi can on the table, and every time the camera rotates or changes angle, the Pepsi can magically rotates towards the fucking camera. It does, so the logo is visible. And it's like so distracting. It's so weird. It really shows how far we've come with fucking product placement.
Yeah, they don't even say they have the 2-liter bottles full of piss, and they
don't go like Wilson basketball.
So like when the Mountain Dew bottles appear on screen, the logo isn't even visible. It's just they're full of piss, and then later one of the characters says Mountain Dew, and then this is a weird thing. When the piss bottles appear, there's no Mountain Dew logo. When they mention Mountain Dew later, then in a later scene, then there's the Mountain Dew logo.
But they do show it at one, like when they're like, "Is that your piss? Did you piss in this?"
But like there's the piss bottle scene. Mountain Dew is mentioned, and then in the next bedroom scene, the piss bottles clearly have the Mountain Dew label instead of before when they're first shown, they don't have the label visible.
It could be that they didn't have clearance for the bottles, and then in later shots they were like, okay, now we have clearance.
Now we can say the Mountain Dew is piss.
Now we can
finally.
Thank God, I was fucking waiting for this.
I think DJ's room is also impressive. I like the way it looks. I like all the posters.
We saw Ed.
Ed is in the movie.
Yeah, we saw Punk Duck.
Fucking Punk Duck. Do you think that came from that? I'm gonna text him right now.
You gotta message him.
We're accusing him. Accuse. Don't even text him. Accuse.
How do I accuse somebody? I don't know how to accuse Ed of this.
You have to start an emergency meeting.
You say did you steal your fucking nickname or your fucking screen name from Monster House?
What if he did?
Okay, did you steal your fucking nickname from Monster House?
Monster House.
I'll fucking skin you alive. Okay, there you go. We'll see if we get an Ed update in the future of this fucking episode. Dude, I also love the cops. Nick Cannon is so fucking funny in this.
And Kevin James is there.
There's a lot of like early 2000s names in this movie. Like Steve Buscemi, we already mentioned.
Yeah.
Kevin
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, the guy that played Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, John Hader. I haven't seen him in
John Hader
ages and anything.
Yeah, Bones.
Nick Cannon and Kevin James are like the cops. The main character is what's his name?
Mitchell Musso.
Mitchell Musso. Thank you. I was gonna say the guy from Hannah Montana.
Born again Christian Mitchell Musso. But you everybody should pause this fucking episode. I know you're listening on a fucking podcast app like Spotify. Just stop for a second, look up his music, and listen to his Born Again Christian rap music. It's so fucking funny.
I'm goofy.
I don't know. I just know he's the Hannah Montana guy.
He was also in Phineas and Ferb. And probably a bunch of other stuff.
He sounds far younger in this than in Hannah Montana.
Well, because he is way younger in this. This is like one of his... When was Hannah Montana coming? Because it's 2006. Oh, Jason Lee is also in this movie.
He is.
Oh yeah.
He's such a dirtbag.
He's
awesome.
He's a real piece of shit. He's the Bones guy that we mentioned before.
There's a really weird moment. I don't know if like it's meant to be like that, or like meant to be the implication. But I noticed at one point, like the girl from the beginning, Elizabeth, the babysitter, she listens to this band called Skull and Bones, and I was thinking, like, is that supposed to be that Skull and Bones are the ones that have this punk band? Because if so, that's fucking hilarious, and that's a really good detail. I fucking love that.
Oh, like maybe they know each other because they never run into each other in the movie.
They run into each other at the very end where they're like, you stole my girl. Yeah.
So they would be banned. Right. That would make sense.
Yeah. She oh my God, she's Yoko Ono.
She broke up Skull and Bones. No,
what the fuck?
I was looking up Mitchell Musso's roles because I was curious how early in this, like in his career this was. This was the same year Hannah Montana started.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's weird because he sounds so much younger.
I mean, they probably recorded it years before.
But did you know that Mitchell Musso was Aang in the unaired Avatar: The Last Airbender pilot?
Really?
He was the original voice of Aang in an episode that never made it to air. That's really weird because he's still credited on his fucking IMDb.
Huh.
That's so strange. Maybe the pilot is out there somewhere. It could be that it's like a bonus feature on some shit. But yeah, one of my favorite bits in the movie is Nick Cannon being like fucking gun-toting as shit. He's so he's always like
super cop.
He's super cop, and he's always like playing with a fucking loaded gun. At one point, Kevin James like, "That's loaded,"
and like tackles him in the car.
He like tackles him with a fucking loaded gun that he's aiming at these children. He even threatens to fucking kill them multiple times. He can't. It's so fucking funny.
We'll aim for Bigfoot.
That's loaded, dude. There's so many great bits that you I don't think you would see nowadays in a fucking kids movie. I also thought this was DreamWorks for the longest time, and it is absolutely not. It's Columbia.
I'm sure there's still kids movies that do that. It's more just kind of what it's sort of like the SNL fucking conundrum where it's like, oh, SNL used to be so funny, when it's like, not really. It's more just
has it though. Yeah,
the good bits that are the good bits are the ones that float up to the top, and you forget the thousands and thousands of hours of nothing,
thousands of hours of fucking.
Yeah,
I'm the current president. Look at how fucking stupid I am.
Yeah, basically
every single fucking week.
Damn, I gotta buy the novelization for this movie.
What
is there?
Yeah, there's a novelization of Monster House.
Is there actually?
Yeah, there is. I looked it up.
Try to find the 3D book that I had that was like 20 pages, and it was just literally like screen grabs of the movie. I'm pretty sure
it's 128 pages of Monster House novelization.
128 is far more than I thought it would be. Is it written by Dan Harmon?
You can buy the paperback for $3.
Oh wait, yeah, look at that. A novelization based on the new movie.
I am curious if it was actually made with 3D in mind, because it feels like it's right around the time of like Spy Kids 3.
It might have been.
It had to have been.
Never mind, I just found it. There's a Blu-ray 3D of this movie. I'm pretty sure it was.
Do they still even sell 3D TVs?
Not really, no.
I'd imagine they're not making new ones.
No, it's more about 4K, 8K, and then refresh rate.
Yeah, for your gaming.
Usually the color processor.
The new fucking big thing, I'm pretty sure, is like 140, like variable refresh rate TVs.
VRR, yeah.
Yeah, VRR. I have that on my TV, and I barely use it.
No, because like most people are plugging their console, and it's like, what games are running at that high of a refresh rate?
It's pretty rare that, I mean, usually what you can do is like I think Space Marines 2 recently did this, where it can go up to like 40 FPS, 45 FPS instead of 30.
Oh, interesting.
That's nice. That it feels way better to play a game at 40 than 30, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because I just don't get the dips as much.
But also, I could just put performance mode and, never have that problem.
I think most people are doing that. And again, this is me, pulling on my ass, but no, that's not. Because they said for the PS Pro 5 Pro thing, most people are using performance mode. Because usually quality doesn't look much better, but it runs way, way shittier.
It depends the game. It really does. Usually it's always the reflections, but I don't think many people give that much of a fuck about the reflections.
No, all this ray tracing stuff is very It's just like rarely worth a performance.
Could not care less about fucking RT.
We need to go back to more physics. We need more smoke.
So far from the monster house.
If you, I'm gonna ask a question that I posed in my
boy.
Monster House Cinematic Universe video that I made years ago. If you were going to come up with a sequel to Monster House, what would your pitch be? Give me your pitch.
Monster Mansion.
Okay, you're going mansion. You're going mansion. Fair.
You're growing the, so instead of a house, you're going mansion.
Either Monster Mansion or Monster Store.
The thing is,
Monster Store could have a lot more bits.
Monster gas station.
I got a pretty good one, but I want to hear y'all's first. So
okay, so the movie starts. So Monster House was for kids. Now those kids have grown up, so we want to go for that nostalgic.
Oh no.
I'm the kids.
No. I don't want the kids are not part of this movie. This is a sequel that doesn't.
No,
have the kids.
you're pitching it to me.
Oh, I'm pitching it to you. Okay, so
You're pitching it to me. I was a 6-year-old when this movie came out.
so you know how now you're a
grown man.
a grown 20-year-old
25.
25. You're 25, right?
Yeah.
You watch HGTV, so you know about the Property Brothers.
I love the Property Brothers.
So what if the Property Brothers do a show, and on that show, while they're filming this Property Brothers show, and this is all still animated, we're not doing live action crap, and it's still written by Dan Harmon, post sexual harassment claims, because it's Hollywood.
It's called Modern Day.
And they go to film this Property Brother house, and then the house is alive with the fourth mysterious Property Brother under the house.
There's a third brother?
Property Brother?
Yeah, there's a,
Oh yeah, he's the magician.
yeah, there's a third brother, and now there's a fourth one, and he's a house.
Is this the twin of the Property Brother that is a magician?
Yeah, it's the twin of the third Property Brother.
Can there be a reveal like Mystery Inc. that every HGTV show is all just the Property Brothers and different duos?
Yes, we can do this.
I had that theory for a while. There's always a duo, and I think they're all the Property Brothers.
We can do this. I feel like my idea needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be easier to just bring up like, instead of a house, it's a mansion. It's an outhouse. Ooh.
I looked up third Property Brother, and everything about him sounds like an incoming hurricane. Like, here's what you need to know about the third Property Brother.
A third Property Brother has hit the...
Essential facts about the third Property Brother. It's all like really fucking ominous.
things you must know about the third Property Brother. Do not let him in your house. Do not feed him after midnight.
Who is the third Property Brother and why it matters? These are all real.
Why it matters?
27 things you didn't know about the third Property Brother. I think he's pulling the strings.
He's pulling this.
He's the puppeteer.
He's literally the magician.
He's a puppeteer like fucking Dead Silence. He's puppeteering them around.
Yeah, that'd be fucking interesting.
Ken, did you have a Monster House sequel pitch?
He has a pole behind them.
I would make a monster elevator movie, and one of the people stuck in the elevator is the devil.
Wait a
already
minute.
a
That's an
fucking
M. Night
movie.
Shyamalan movie.
That is an
movie. What the fuck is that called again? God damn it.
Devil.
Devil.
Is it just called Devil?
It's just Devil.
Stupid ass movie. I hate that movie.
Mandy, yours was just Monster Mansion.
Toast spelled jelly side down. That means the devil's here.
That was not an actual answer.
Yeah, okay, that was a fake answer.
No, I mean, it's not an M. Night movie,
He
though.
produced it. He did something on it.
He produced it, but he didn't make it.
I don't know. I would pick like a gas station or something.
Okay, all right,
Give me a monster gas station.
all right, fair.
And it throws beer at people.
Mandy, yours was Monster Mansion.
Yeah, Brendan, what is your heavily prepared answer?
It's your fucking
10 years
turn.
later,
Oh, man.
Mr. Nevercracker has died, and all the kids return to the town after they've graduated college. But DJ is still in the town. He was helping Mr. Nevercracker. DJ has
You
obsessed.
think Chowder's going to go through college?
Chowder is a hedge fund manager.
Make it 10 more
Oh,
years.
my God.
Chowder comes back, and he's like the comedic foil who is now successful. And he comes back, and he keeps telling DJ that it never happened. The monster house was never real. Mr. Nevercracker dies, and
This is it. This is it.
No, wait. Jenny, and Chowder are trying to tell DJ he has to let go. DJ has been collecting and selling Monster House memorabilia and trying to write a book about the events that happened when he was a
This
child.
is still it. This is it, chapter 2.
DJ finally decides to let go, and him and Jenny move to a different town. Unsettling things start to happen in this town in the neighborhood block that they live in. Suddenly,
God, this is it.
DJ realizes this isn't just a Monster House situation. This is a monster block.
Block.
Ooh.
Okay. I thought, I'm going to be honest, at the start, I thought you were going to say that Nevercracker dies and then he becomes a house and then he fights crime with as being a house.
No, Nevercracker dies, and that's what brings them all back together again.
Oh,
Jenny and DJ reconcile, and they move. You fast forward, then DJ starts to have the dreams.
The dreams.
Not realizing that it's not just a Monster House situation anymore. It's a whole monster block. For an audience that grew up watching Monster House, now you have a serial killer who has been burying people's souls inside of concrete, who works at a development firm who helped build this neighborhood, hiding their bodies within the houses.
You're doing an Arthur Malediction fucking...
Oh, don't...
Where you make
Arthur
it dark and
Malediction.
fucked up.
Yeah, you're making it dark and fucked up.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes! I'm so in. All of a sudden, I love this.
Because that's the only way you can get away with more bodies. It's the only way. You'd have to be some kind of accident or serial killer situation. And it's DJ, it's researching in the library, trying to figure out where all these people went to in the 50s and the 60s. The ghost of Mr. Nevercracker, Yoda's DJ, 3/4 of the way through the movie.
What do you mean
He
Yoda's
appears as a
DJ?
Force ghost.
Why?
Because it'd be really funny.
You jumped the shark
Imagine
too much.
Mr.
You've
No,
jumped
fuck
it.
you.
You
don't
it
jump
like
the shark.
3 times.
You only make one sequel. Fuck off. I want Mr. Nevercracker Yoda, and I want it fucking now.
But he can come back, but he doesn't. Why did fucking
Unravel
What is
this,
it?
you must. You must
Why?
This is
But
ghost.
why?
find them, you must. The key to this monster block.
Mr. Nevercracker, why are you talking like that?
Yoda, I am. Drinking Mountain Dew, smoking a pack of cigarettes.
I said smoky a pack of ziggurats for a second.
I also heard that. Ooh, Monster
Period.
Ziggurat.
Take you to the obelisk, I must.
Prequel idea, Monster Ziggurat. They build
Well,
a
I mean, realistically,
They find the original Monster House, which is a ziggurat buried.
it's a
deep beneath
sacrificial
it.
altar.
Yeah, it's a ziggurat.
Oh.
It's buried deep within a whaling town, under a whaling town in the Arctic.
Ziggurat in the Arctic is cool, man.
You just are you gonna the thing this? Are you gonna the thing this? Are we gonna the
it's
thing
not a
this?
zing thing.
No, they want to find the monster house, the original monster ziggurat, but there are also 3 hunters who are aliens who built the original ziggurat, and they're coming down to stop them from blowing up the original monster house.
To be fair, lore-wise, there is no lore that says that you can't make your own monster house in this universe. Like, there's no
You just need to concrete
you
somebody.
just need to concrete somebody.
Oh my God. Wait. So okay. FX TV show. One of those like what's it fucking called? Like premium TV shows.
Premium TV.
Prestige
Oh,
TV?
What's the word?
Yeah.
Prestige. It's a prestige TV series called Monster House, and it's live action. DJ has become a detective, and Chowder has a true crime podcast with Jenny on it, and they're together now. And there's somebody in the town that's burying people in concrete under houses and transforming
Somebody
those
is
houses.
making them-
Yes,
somebody
they're
is making
the
monster houses.
houses.
He's a true
Yeah, and-
crime. He runs a true crime podcast.
The reveal of the person making the monster houses, can it be Bones?
Yeah, that tease it.
Yeah, because he's pissed. Because
Because of his experience in the house and he's a piece of
His
shit?
calling signs is kites. He has kites with like fucked up poems on it, and he talks
He
about
leaves like Zodiac code on the kites.
yes.
No, I wouldn't.
yes!
I wouldn't leave
Oh,
the
but
kites.
it's
You
too
don't want it to be too.
obvious.
You don't want to be. It's too obvious for an audience that watches it.
They'll see the kite and be like, it's him.
I would have one kite. I would have a kite like at the reveal, like a kite
Yeah.
fluttering in the breeze at one of the final.
Oh, they're
monster
all
houses.
red.
And then behind, yeah.
It's always written on red paper. His kite got ripped
Yes!
up.
Oh, he uses his kite to write the notes of the
he
people
uses
he's
the
murdered.
pieces of the kite. When he brought it home, it had been too long. The kite like dissolved, basically. So he got my kite back. He tries to fly it and it just falls apart.
yes.
So he writes the messages on the ripped pieces of his kite, and that's revealed when it's put together.
And it's lyrics. All instead of like poems and it's lyrics to songs from Skull and Bones.
What would you do if you were in the house? Me when I'm here, I'm quiet as a mouse.
He should have just.
Eminem shows
And
up.
no,
and he
every
starts
single
rapping.
lyric rhymes house with mouse.
Eminem is a red herring.
He shouldn't just be a true crime podcast guy. At night, he should be a vigilante. The cape is fucking
Oh,
foreshadowing.
you should. Oh my god, you mean the Chowder's
Yeah, Chowder's cape is fucking foreshadowing.
I want him to be ripped.
He's like Casey Jones.
Oh my God, can he be a vigilante where at the start of the night he dips his hands in concrete? Wait a minute, he dips his hands in concrete for the night so he can punch criminals with concrete hands like the Thing?
Oh, and Jenny has a husband that's been in a coma for years, and she's struggling with addiction because of course she is. It's a prestige TV
Not
show.
the CW show.
Oh my god, it is. It's like fucking Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Chowder, don't you want DJ to come help you? Puts on his concrete hands. Fuck DJ.
Chowder, you
my
have to
God.
stop. You have to take off your concrete hands. No, these concrete hands are justice.
My dad trained me to kill in the woods when I was a teenager.
He was, because his dad was a military guy.
He's a military
Army
dad. He's
That's
an
where he
army
learns his
dad.
fucked up street fighting skills. His dad teaches him after the inevitable divorce.
He learns concrete Krav Maga.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god! This is the best movie ever made. I mean, TV show, prestige TV show.
CW.
Maybe he punches a criminal in an alley, and the concrete like hand embeds into his skull, and then he like slams to the wall, and he accidentally makes a monster house. He punches him so hard, he makes the criminal's concrete head go into the building, and a monster house is born. What have I done?
No, I feel like it would have to be in a construction site because, like, I feel like the monster
construction site.
Oh, you have to bring it back. You have to bring it back.
You can't just kill somebody in a fully finished house. I feel like it has to.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like to make it the monster house, the house has to be constructed with the body around it.
He could punch him off a cliff like he drowns in concrete. Ironic.
That's the entire line. Just ironic.
Yeah, he falls down and goes, ironic.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
He has a little utility belt with little like 10-ounce Mountain Dew piss cans.
Jenny has to drive somewhere for them, and they're like, "Are you sure you should be driving home? You're really
tweaking.
intoxicated. You're tweaking. Is that meth?" What?
Jenny pulls her sunglasses down. Yeah, I'm a pizza freak. Points to the old pizza freak car that Skull would drive.
All she eats is the candy that she was fundraising.
Oh my fucking!
She collected
god.
like a shit ton of it, and she's been eating the stale stuff for years.
We should be working for the CW. Holy shit!
Yeah, what if Monster House was fucking miserable?
What if the monster house was fucking shit?
What if,
What if it's some shit?
everybody was? What's DJ up to? What's
I think
his
the perfect
addiction?
idea for DJ is somebody who can't let go of the past, like Monster House, and like
Yeah.
I think he's somebody who
yeah.
can't let go, so he's selling paraphernalia about the
He
incident,
doesn't
trying to
live in
write a book
house.
about it.
He doesn't live in a house. He lives in his van because the house.
scared of houses.
He's scared, of houses now. And whenever he goes inside a building, he has his this ritual, and everybody makes fun of him. Like, why are you doing all this just to go in a
Why do you
house? And
keep
he's there-
every time you enter a building? Why do you stab the door frame with a screwdriver to make sure that
Yeah.
it's not a monster house?
to make sure that it doesn't
He
react?
sees a chandelier and screams. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a uva. No, never mind.
Sorry, I thought it was a uvula.
And he carries around a water pistol just in case.
He carries around a stick of dynamite just in case I need it, huh?
He's got
never know when it-
Demolition Squad tattooed on his forehead.
I love that they had the photo reveal of Nevercracker being in the army in the Demolition Squad, and then him just giving a kid a loaded stick of dynamite, saying, "Blow up my housewife, kid."
Yeah.
Wife kid? What the fuck?
Blow up my
my
housewife,
housewife kid.
comma, kid.
Oh, my housewife.
Not blow
You
up
want
my
me to
house,
actively
comma,
say the
wife
comma? Yeah, blow up my house.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No, that sounded nothing like that.
Nevercracker should not call DJ his wife, kid.
Oh fuck, that's so fucking funny. No, he should not. That's a child.
If you blow up my house, you become my new wife.
Oh,
my wife.
It's like fucking Riddick rules. Whoever blows up the house becomes the new house. Or the Santa Claus, I guess.
it is the Santa Claus.
Can I say that I love this movie just because it's literally just based around a joke of housewife? Like, I just love that that's basically the bit. They were just like,
Yeah.
housewife. Wait a minute. Housewife.
It's like Some Like It Hot. It's all for one joke.
It's dude. I mean, they really pushed that gimmick up as far as it can go. You know, great movie, man.
I loved watching this movie as a kid, internalizing it a lot, and then not realizing that there was also a monster house in Final Fantasy VII.
There is.
Yeah, there is, and I just never knew that.
Huh.
And there just is a monster house in Final Fantasy VII. You just fight that. I'm like, huh, damn.
Damn.
Way cooler in Monster House, the movie.
It is cooler in Monster House. Monster House is a cool ass movie. But speaking of cool, I think I would go with art. I think this movie is art more than it's cool. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's art or cool?
This movie's art.
I'm gonna say cool.
I'll also have to say cool.
An impasse. I say it's art because it's just so well made. It's so well written. The script is so tight, and it's watching that movie, I had the dumbest smile on my face, and I could see like these little details that they did on the animation, and it's basically a movie that fixes everything I fucking hate about Robert Zemeckis movies. And I think that you need to be a little bit of an art freak, a bit of an art freak to be able to pull that off.
You big-eared freer.
A big-eared freer.
It feels like the opposite of whatever Scary Godmother is.
Hey, don't talk bad about Scary Godmother.
No, I agree.
I didn't even say bad, but it's like...
I agree. The movie, not the book. The book is art. I feel like Scary Godmother... Oh, this is a spoiler for whenever we do fucking Scary Godmother.
My favorite Halloween movie ever.
No, I fucking love Monster House, though. I can't wait to show it to, like, my niece when she gets a bit older, because I feel like it's such a perfect Halloween movie. It's perfect, really.
We have a drinking game where you have to drink when a character is literally you. I almost always get picked for Jimmy. It didn't help too because
for Scary Godmother.
Yeah, it didn't help. It didn't help too for the sequel when my spine was out because he started like laughing evilly but like limped along. Dimitri's always the fucking werewolf. That's not how it was in the comic book. And he just drinks on his own.
Yeah,
he knows when his lines are.
Everybody
Seems
would
Harry.
call me Sketty.
We hate Harry.
Petty Scully Bone or some shit. That would piss me off.
Skelly Pettibone.
Every time he does something gay,
you're drinking for that one, probably.
You're drinking, gay boy, and I'm like, damn, I
wish I could find my Monster House drinking game. I know it's somewhere, but I came up with it in like 2018, 2019.
Just drink for Nevercracker and you're good to go.
Yeah, drink every time they say cracker. Drink if you're a cracker.
I think a big thing is like I think I downvoted. Why did I say downvoted? I think I voted. I think I voted down.
Reddit.
When I was making it, I think I voted down drinking for Nevercracker. But I think a better drinking game idea is drink whenever somebody gets like killed. Like whenever somebody gets abducted by the house.
That's pretty good.
Nobody dies. Nobody dies in this.
Only one person dies.
Well, you think they die.
Whenever the house assaults somebody, like that's a drink.
The wife is the only person that dies in that movie. I was looking up like during her little break, I was in the bathroom and I was just looking up Letterboxd reviews, and I just saw somebody rated the movie really badly and just said like, that cement scene was fucked up, and I was like, oh my god,
good.
That cement scene wasn't fucked up at all. It was like the most PG-13 death I've ever seen. Come on.
If it all works out in the end,
it does.
Kids' movies can handle all sorts of shit in them.
Yeah.
As long as it's a happy ending.
It is a happy ending. The little girl gets her tricycle back. The dog gets out and pisses everywhere. Very pee-pee movie. A very, very pee-pee movie.
It is kind of a pee-pee movie.
There is a lot of piss in it, yeah. I guess you could drink for piss too, honestly.
Yeah, drink for piss.
The bottles, the dog.
Drink for piss, yeah.
Take a shot for every Mountain Dew bottle filled with piss in that one scene. You will die.
Drink for an Ed sighting.
Every time Chowder fucks up,
you will die.
He does fuck up a lot.
Drink for Chowder flirting.
Yeah, every time Chowder flirts, you gotta drink, yeah.
That's good. Oh, dude, those were some great bits.
Every time he fumbles, drink.
He fumbles the bag so hard. Until he doesn't in the Prestige sequel.
Yeah.
If you like this episode of Pondering Spooky Tapes, I would say like check out the Patreon, but actually there's not going to be any voting for next month, but there will be a special surprise on Halloween night at 7 p.m. EST. Will you be there? Will you be ready for a fucking big announcement from us?
Monster House 2, we got tipped off to it.
Guys, shut
just
up.
Like Skibbity Toilet in Fortnite.
Just
it's
like
coming.
Skibbity. Yeah, we're going in Fortnite. We got Monster House in Fortnite.
Yes. Oh, I thought we were going in Fortnite.
No, I don't think.
I can't wait to get the Constance concrete back bling.
Bigger than your character model.
Bigger than your character model. That's fucking awesome.
It's the obelisk. I have to carry around the Constance obelisk.
Yeah, check it out. Check that out whenever that's happening at 7 p.m. EST on Halloween the 31st. Check out the commentary track. It's free, and also, hey, it's Halloween, so all the this year's previous commentary tracks are also free now. So go check that out. Go check that out on our merch site at pleasestopshopping.com.
What if when the monster house was, if your house was a monster house, would it be a monster when the house and then inside of the monster house there was a monster house?
Am I having a stroke? What?
Who up monster in the house?
Who up monster in the house?
If you your wife was a monster house, how would you satisfy her?
I'd flick all the lights on really fast and then flick them all off really fast.
Where's the sexual organ inside of the monster house?
Yeah, where's the vulva?
The prostate is the water heater?
I don't think your housewife would have a
house husband.
prostate.
It doesn't have to be a wife.
House, it's a house.
Somewhere in the garage, I'd imagine.
Why would it be in the garage? Is the garage the asshole of the house?
I don't know. Cars come out of there.
Is the garage the asshole of the house? Howdy! Thanks so much for listening. This episode would not have been possible without the help from our patrons, such as Alan Diver, Bland But Funny, Boop Lou, Brain Soup, Brass, Cassandra Crash, Chips, Chris Chapman, Diamante Yogurt, DX Studios, Edward McMillan, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethereal, Geef, Generic Phoenix, Guy Beam, Invictus Echo, Jaybird, Lambda Man, Leo the Geotech, Mr. Starchy, Mr. Shirt, Pharmacy Fruit Bat, Preston Husk, Random Diamonds, Rat Supreme, Ryan Rocket, Spherical May, The Frost Ace, Toku Terra, Ulbert, Will9455, and Woodstock. Thanks so much for listening, and don't forget to tune in for the big Halloween surprise. It's gonna be spooky. Jesus Christ with my goofy ass.